Numbers and numbers. People think that numbers really count. Numbers in the bank, numbers in the grades. Grades, numbers. The Torah teaches us that when we count human beings, we should not count them by numbers, 1, 2, 3, rather than by letters, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, by psukim, by phrases, or by saying not 1, not 2, not 3. Why is it that we are not allowed to count a human being? We learn it from Avraham Avinu. Hashem commanded him, didn't command him, he gave him, promised him the land of Israel, and as he gave him 2 examples, through them he can understand how much his descendants will be, the stars and the sand. He said that you will not be able to count Bnei Israel. Therefore the halacha learns that we are not allowed to count Bnei Israel by numbers. Hashem is allowed, in this parasha, Parashat Bamidbar, Hashem tells Moshe and Aaron, count Bnei Israel. We need to know exactly how much are they, so that we can be prepared for Eretz Israel, so that we can give them pieces of land and divide the land. But when we ourselves count human beings, we should count them again by letters or by some sort of a different form than numbers. Why is it? Not just because Hashem told Avraham that your descendants will be so many that you won't be able to count them. Also, there's another spiritual or some sort of ethical answer I'd like to share with you. When we are counting people and giving them a number rather than a name or a letter or something like of the sort, we are depersonalizing them. We are changing them into a number, and maybe even subconsciously forgetting that this is a person, this is a soul and a neshama in front of me rather than a number. It's a bit radical to take this example, but we all remember in history who tried to change the Jewish people into a number rather than into a name, rather than keep their name. Just a short example that will help us understand, very quickly of course, so don't go away. When we drive in a car, sometimes we see people cutting someone very quickly and bypassing him, overtaking him in his lane. Sometimes the driver, which is sometimes ourselves, gets almost a heart attack. That person that just did that, let me tell you what he saw. He saw a car with a person that happens to be inside the car. If he would have seen the person and then seen the car, then it would have been much harder for him to cut through in that vicious way. It's much harder to go into the supermarket and to bypass an old man and overtake his line when he waits in the supermarket or in the hospital. That is why when we look at people as people, we remember that we need to respect them. We remember the mitzvot of Hashem, the ben adam lachavero, thinking and considering, respecting each other, as I said. That is what we can learn from the parasha of Bamidbar. Even in the desert, we learn how to count Bnei Israel. Hashem is allowed to count because when He counts us and gives us a number and tells Moshe and Aaron, this is the number of this and so on, this tribe, Hashem is able to still remember because He created us. He is way above us. He knows exactly who we are. Because we're all equal as people, when we count each other, we need to remind ourselves that we are counting the neshamot and the children of Bnei Israel, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of Hashem. May we always count and think of life as numbers, but not real, just numbers. Shabbat Shalom.